Hey guys, welcome back to part 4 of this series, and in this part we are going to set up our paging. So first build.gradle module app level file. This is our paging implementation, and if you don't know how to get these dependencies, check out the description. You have my GitHub repository link. Go there, copy these dependencies and paste on your build.gradle module app level file. Sync your project, and then after so I make little bit changes in my data. So on the package data we have our movie response, and on the previous tutorial we see this search, and it will return basically this search is a type of list of search. So now I make the class name of search is movie, so that is why it is list of movie. Okay, so after that on the UI in the movie, create new Kotlin class file naming movie paging, and extend this thing with paging source. Key is int, value is movie. Control I implement both this get refresh key and load. So in our get refresh key we actually get the refresh key. So by using state we have our anchor position, and if it is not null then create a new variable anchor page, and by using this state we are getting our closest page to this position, to this basically anchor position, pass it. Okay, so if our anchor page having previous key, then we have add 1 to it and then return. Otherwise we have our anchor page next key -1 and then return. So just append return in front of our this whole code. Alright, so this is all for our get refresh key. Now for our load. So for our load we have val. So the first is our page. So this page variable contain the page number. So by using our params dot key, and if it is null return 1. Basically if this params dot key is null, then we have to return 1 because every page number start from page number 1. So that is why. All right, so in order to make a network request call we have our movie interface. So movie interface, and just before this we have our val s, which is of type string. Return try, and we have our catch which is catching any kind of exception, and if any kind of exception is occurred then our load result return and create a variable data, and by using our movie interface get all our movies pass s, which is a searching string which is passing over here. So second one is our page number, and third is our constant API key. So I have my API key in my constant object, so you can create by yourself. All right, so now we have our load result page. So the first argument is our list of movies. So we have our data, in the body we have our search, and make sure it is not null. Okay, so this thing is return list of movies, and the next one is our previous key. So if our page is equals to 1, it means it is a first position, then there exists no previous key, so return null, else return page -1. Okay, similarly for our next key, if our data dot body dot search having size, or you can say is empty, means there is no data. Then what we do, we simply make this non-nullable call. So if it is a case, it is empty, return null, else return page plus 1. Alright, so this is for our previous key, and this is for our next generation, and this is our actual data. So this is our data which contain list of movies. Alright, so I have a diagram for you, so I'll tell you by using this diagram how our paging works. This brown one is our user smartphone, and this green rectangles represent the list item which currently user see. So now just zoom out. When user scroll up, we have to append some data. So paging library will simply call this remote server, take some data from the remote server and add to it. So this is called a append. So in the prepend means this data which is scrolled up by the user. So when user scroll down, this data will again come into the user smartphone screen. So on that occasion, we also have to make network request call, take some data, then prepend to this list item. Okay, so you can say prepending list items and appending list items. Alright, so this is the way our paging library will work. So if you see this here, so this is our previous key and this is our next key. So by using this code, he knew which page he want to fetch. Alright, so that's all for our this paging thing.